Well, this football season, our Dorian Kraft is traveling across central Arkansas, tackling the traditions that are important to your communities. Well, this week, she visited West Little Rock to learn the story behind the numbers.
A Google search for the meaning of the number 12 reveals its importance in our culture. In numerology, it represents completion. In biblical circles, it signifies faith. But at Joe T. Robinson High School, the number 12 means so much more. It's a story that's told to every player who steps on Joe T. Robinson Field.
He liked to laugh.
He knew how to crack you up.
Yeah, he liked it. Yeah, that was him.
Matthew Burdick, senior quarterback for the Senators, who was injured in a car accident on his way home one September afternoon in 2003.
We were taking things for granted. We did assume that we would see him the next day. And we had just watched film. We just beat Hall the Friday before. We just had a practice on a Monday, and it was, hey, you know, get your tail back to practice on Tuesday and let's get better. And then you get a call that he'd been in an accident and he's not doing good.
Seeing all the kids that came at the hospital when we were there, it was unbelievable, the kids that were pouring in. And one of his teammates, especially in the emergency room that night, as soon as he hit the door, he was like, "Where's Bird? Where's Bird?" And he was crying, and watching all of those kids feeling the same thing that we were feeling was overwhelming.
Jogged a memory there.
What memory was it that jogged?
Lord. The whole team came up to his room.
Matthew Burdick died the next day, 4 days after his accident on Friday, September the 12th.
It really kind of unified the whole team. And it became a really tight-knit group that because of that tragedy, had to become a family.
In the days and weeks that followed, the number 12 began to emerge.
Remember September 12th, number 12. 12 victories.
There were 12 seniors left on the team.
Even now, the number 12 surrounds the Burdick family, as if it's a message from Matthew that he never really left.
It just, every day almost, something will pop up with the number 12. We had just found out we were going to be grandparents for the first time 10 days before his accident. And on the 12th of January, we found out that it was going to be a little girl. We were married on the 12th. I mean, our granddaughter's birth date, when you add up the birth date, it's 12. It's weird, but in a wonderful way.
In 2016, Joe T. Robinson memorialized Matthew Burdick forever, placing his retired number 12 at the center of their new field.
That was the only thing we asked. When the district talked about putting in turf, that was our only request. We didn't care what color it was. We didn't care what went in the end zones. The only thing we asked as a program and as a community was, can we have the 12 on the field?
Putting his number on the field. That is permanent. They tell Matthew's story every year.
Yeah. You don't want your child to be forgotten.
Yeah.
And that just makes you so happy when you see, sad, but it makes you feel good too that other people still remember and haven't forgotten him. Head coach Todd Escola was Matthew's offensive coordinator in 2003. He said that the tragedy has allowed the program to open doors that were previously closed and to talk about things openly in a way they weren't able to before. As for Tom Burdick, he still serves as the Senators' video coordinator, a job he's held for 19 years. He says it makes him proud to see his son's number 12 out on the field every Friday night.